said that NCLEX at home is not happening in the current or in 2026 through 2029 NCLEX. And it was so much controversy. Like, Professor Regina, how can you say it's not happening? How can you say NCLEX at home is not happening when there's a website? I saw it on the website. And I wanted to address those comments that I made yesterday in a more fuller and developed conversation. And although, yes, I know there is a web page that says NCLEX at home, NCLEX on view, but I just feel history does not agree with a sudden change like this for right now. What I'm trying to say is that for those of us who remember when Next Gen NCLEX was first released, it was in, I want to say, the year 2017. NCBSN told us that we're changing the NCLEX. We're changing the NCLEX. And we clutched our pearls and we said, oh my goodness, how are we going to prepare for this? How are we going to, understand and teach Next Gen NCLEX? And what happened was it was researched, it was rolled out, it was explained in stages, and the changes did not come out until 2023. So when you talk about remote proctoring for the NCLEX exam and being able to take it at home, this would completely change structurally the way that NCLEX is delivered. That's not something that can happen or should happen overnight. That's not something that should just be released and then just should be implemented, even if the technology is there. We know that the technology to take an exam at home is there. But here's my concern. We have one licensure exam in nursing, the NCLEX. That's all we have. And so there's a monopoly for licensure exams. And so how secure, how fair, how reliable does that process have to be in order to take it from one location to another location? We're talking about two different NCLEXs. We're talking about two structurally different NCLEXs because it's not apples to apples. You can't just have the same experience that you would have in a test center at home. So when you think about it, and the only reason why I'm going into this is because I I feel that there's one presentation of NCLEX at home, and it is everybody should do this. It's going to be more flexible. It's going to save you money. It's going to be more convenient. These are the things that I'm hearing about this NCLEX at home. I think a bigger conversation that we should be having is, what would the public trust be of nurses who are able to take NCLEX at home? What are the ramifications of that? NCLEX at home, if it is administered in the home environment, what changes need to be made to the exam so that it remains fair? For instance, the people at the center is not professional or nice. It's freezing cold. Also, it can be done. Proctoring is real thing. Proctoring is absolutely a real thing. However, most people who are, and I think I like that comment. I'm here for the comments, right? Don't feel like the at-home environment will be easier or more comfortable. I would suggest that the at-home environment is going to be more stressful for most people. There is not going to be a leniency because you are at home. I don't think so. But what I was saying is that when you take an exam at home, you have to make sure that it is going to be fair across the board. So if you have studied remote proctoring in other licensure examinations, you know that the rules are very different. Some, and I think they should do this for, honestly, I think they should do this for nursing. Some proctoring exams do not allow you to take breaks at all. That means once you sit down for that exam, you don't get up at all. Right now, NCLEX is a 5-hour exam. Some people take all 5 hours. So just these are the little things that need to be worked through, need to be discussed. There needs to be beta testing to roll out this type of structural change. Is just not, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Um, Most people, and again, these are all my predictions, right? I'm just giving you my educated uh discourse on the matter. We can come out on the NCLEX conference and they say, absolutely, we're taking it at home. Everybody starting next year, starting in a few months, will be able to take this exam at home. I just don't think that that makes sense for this organization to do. I think if they allowed everybody to just take it at home, especially with the knowledge that most people have about remote proctoring, which is small. Most people are, not all the way familiar with everything that goes into it. And so they would opt for taking it at home, thinking that it'd be easier, I'd be more comfortable, when actually it might not, you might not even pass the systems checks. Honestly, the technical requirements, most people would not be able to even pass those. And so there would be a very real concern that this more people would fail. And the question is, who would those people be? Which people are most likely going to fail with an at-home experience? Oh, we could get into that. We could get into which types of demographics of people would not do well with remote proctoring, but may feel the pressure, the desire, may feel like, oh, this would be more flexible, this would be more convenient for me. And not to even mention this. When you talk about remote proctoring, nobody could come into that room. Nobody can walk past that room. No types of irregularities in the environments. No types of irregularities in the environments. So for sure, that means, and this is it, I have to test alone in a hotel room. Actually, did you know that testing in hotel rooms is discouraged, highly discouraged? They tell you don't even do it. They tell you don't use hotel rooms, don't use libraries, don't use anywhere where there's public Wi-Fi. And I know that this is not the information that's going forth. Okay. This is not the information that's going forth. The reason is because for the platform, for the app, for everything to be secure, they don't want it to be on a public network. They don't want it to be on a public network. So that means coffee shops, that means libraries. Those are all public networks. And these are the types of nuances that you have to get into when you are discussing making a change to the NCLEX like this. The environment has to be secure. And what I would say is most people don't have the luxury of having a secure environment. That's just that is just a very small group of people. So I said that NCLEX at home is not happening because I don't see these types of conversations being addressed, and they would have to be addressed for everyone to be on board, to know what they were doing. It is not everyone just, you have the ability to now to just stay at home and take this exam. You have to even understand as a professional, you have to be able to understand as a professional if you want to allow this opportunity to be a part of your testing process. If you're okay with putting yourself in this situation where now you're going to be judged on more than just your knowledge. Now you're okay with being judged on your technology, on your environment, and your knowledge at the same time. So if any of those things go awry for any reason, you are cool with failing the exam and you'll just try again. Okay. Yes, I thought about unstable Wi-Fi, but it does not make logical sense unless, like someone said, while children are at school. Mm-hmm. Good comments. Good comments. I love this one. Princess, is it Zaz? Am I saying that right? Hi, Regina. Just passing by to say thank you. I'm so proud to let everyone know that I'm a Remar nurse. To God be the glory. Thank you, Regina, Mark, and your team. We are so happy that you are now a licensed nurse, and you don't even have to take part in this conversation because you've actually passed. And what I'm hoping is that everyone who has the opportunity, especially for my repeat test takers, you give yourself another opportunity to test again before these changes occur. Because when you look at talking about remote proctoring, there are other changes that we are being set up for in nursing. I see it already. Remote proctoring is a step in a direction where we essentially have a new NCLEX altogether. Right? If you look at the moves that Pearson VUE is doing, if you look at the moves the NCSBN is talking about, we are heading towards something that will inherently change how we look at it. What are the comments? I like it. I like it so much. But again, when I said what I said, I saw the reaction was, why are you saying that? Why can't we take NCLEX at home? We should be able to do it. It's going to be more flexible for everybody. It's going to be, better, more affordable. But is that what research shows with remote proctoring? Is the data there to support it? I just want to have the conversation that is going to be based in what actually the experience will be. I'm not here to hype you guys up. Will Pearson VUE still be organizing the test, Professor Regina? Pearson VUE does hold the technology for administering the NCLEX exam, but we know that currently right now we have nurses, practitioners who write the questions, right? So they work together. You're totally right. Judge by everything while taking the exam at home. So many factors will be a part of your new grading scale, where right now it's just, okay, I just got to stay above the passing metric. It'll be much more than that. It'll be much more than that. Okay. Remember, you can't even turn or motion or head anyhow while taking a test at home. Exactly. The behavioral requirements are going to be imposed. And if you are somebody that at home, you're used to doing certain things. And I mean, when you talk about remote proctoring, you think that you're just going to just sit down in your living room and take this exam. Nope. You think you're going to be able to do this. Some people do this, like literally doing this, you're failed. Your exam is invalidated. So is this what we want? Right? So are the changes a good thing? I think that these changes will serve a certain group of people. Okay. I think that we have to look at what the data says and to see if remote proctoring is compatible. Because what's going to happen and what has to happen is that we are talking about a worldwide change of the NCLEX. So I know I have my nurses in Jamaica. I know I have my nurses in India. I know I have my nurses in, the Philippines. I have my nurses in Africa. When NCLEX does this, they have to make this remote proctoring available to all of you, right? That's a huge organizational task. And are you ready for it? Are we even ready for it? Did you say the future nurse is going to be tested at home? There is, yes, there is what I said is it's not happening during 2026 to 2029. I don't think it's happening, right? I'm giving that prediction now. It doesn't make sense. Will it happen in the future? Sure, it will. But that is going to come with many, many changes that people don't understand what we are being positioned for. And so NCLEX at home is the surface. It's the surface change. Well, it doesn't matter where you take it. It will be the same questions. Maybe they think they will be able to cheat. Yeah. So I think I think it does matter where you take it. I do think it does matter where you take it because yes, the questions will be the same. I totally agree. The questions will be the same. However, the experience should not be the same. You should not be able to take it in the same constraints. Like I said, people who take the test in the testing center, I know you get 2 breaks, right? I know that you're able to get up, go to the bathroom, come back to the testing center. That's what's going to happen, right? When you are at home, should you be allowed to take breaks? Get up, go to your own personal bathroom, go do like those are security features. Those are things that challenge the integrity of the process. Right now, we have a lot of media that is covering, and I gotta go, guys, soon. But I will be back on. I will be back on today at noon, Eastern time. There is a lot of media coverage in the United States of people impersonating nurses, right? When you talk about allowing an individual to take an at-home nursing exam, my goodness, what will be the public perception of nurses? Okay. What will be the public opinion? It will affect us. Okay. It will affect us. All right. What are the comments? These comments are good. I feel creating more test centers is the best. It should be taken at a proctor site. I like that. I like that. Maybe not at home, but maybe at a site. But isn't that what we have now? The testing centers? Remember that it is acceptable. It will be worldwide and not just the US. I don't think it will be possible to accommodate some remote places. Yeah. Can you take the NCLEX now in Africa? You can take the NCLEX in Africa, but think about it. For people who are maybe in Africa and saying, well, this will be good for me because I don't have to travel to a testing center. Okay. So then that means that you have to make sure that you have the appropriate environment where you are in your city, in your home, village, wherever to meet these requirements. Somebody said, I don't want to do remote. Hello, Professor Regina. I'm fulfilling my RN job in a rehab right now because of you. Hey, rehab. Cool. By God's grace, forever grateful for you. I'm forever grateful to be in this position, to be having conversations and helping you to get licensed in nursing. Okay. Get licensed in nursing. Karen says the proctor gives breaks and then they scan a room when they come back. Okay. Hello, it's evening here in the Philippines. I'm currently watching your videos, especially on YouTube. I really learned a lot. And also, I'm a third year student here in the Philippines. Love it. What part of the Philippines are you in? You're almost there. Hints could be taped in the home bathroom for all they know, shaving your head. Exactly. Exactly. Are they going to scan every room? Do you have to scan the bathroom? Come on now. These are things they're going to think about. They first have to get through nursing school first. That is the stress in itself. Absolutely. We know if you can get through nursing school, you can get through anything. So this is such a great conversation. Like I said, one of many. I know that I am a voice that is presenting a different perspective, but I think that for my audience, I really want you to be able to look at the full picture. I'm not just going to say this is for everybody. I don't think it's for everybody. I don't think this is for everybody. I don't think that we are ready for this remote proctoring in 2026. I think that it should be heavily scrutinized. Okay. I'm worried now. I thought taking a test at home might be better since I have such test anxiety, but this new way sounds even more stressful. It's a conversation that needs to be addressed. And everybody will have a different opinion about it. But what has to happen is it has to be able to be rolled out in a fair way. I don't see any issues taking it at home other than bad perception. The test content itself may not change, but the anxiety level will lower taking it in your home environment. And yes, they will have to scan while you're taking it, but I welcome the idea. And I think that's why some people will go for it. Some people will actually go for it. I do feel like the people that go for it will be, I passed NCLEX thanks to Remar 2020. Awesome. Grateful, grateful, grateful. I'm grateful too, dude. The people who actually go for the NCLEX at home will be a certain demographic of people. There will be people who are able to have control of their environment, which everybody can't do. And some people, you already know, if you have a baby at home, you don't have a sitter, if you have kids, or if you have pets, they cannot come into the room. Okay. So you'll have to be able to totally control your environment. You will have to be 10 toes down about your internet connectivity. Period. And I'm not talking about Wi-Fi. You have to be 100% sure that your technology will not have any issues. And at the same time, you will have to be okay with, if it do, it do. This is what I'm doing. I'm choosing this for me. This is going to work best for me. So I'm choosing to step out on technology, step out on me, and do it. And I don't think most people have that luxury. I think when you are trying to take the NCLEX, it takes a lot for you to get your paperwork in order, get your resources in order, so that if you fail on a technicality, you don't want to have to start all over again. Right. And so I just wanted to come on here to further explain why I said what I said, and also give others the ability to dialogue and have a different conversation about it as well. So follow me if you don't on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, or TikTok, because I will be giving live updates. And I'm actually really, in regards to all this, I'm actually looking forward to what changes are coming, the actual changes. Like, I have some ideas about things that I think are ready to be changed. All right. But also, let's just see. Muhammad says, I think NCBS has already made a trial and now they're building the software to make these exams convenient. It has a criteria for sure which needs to be filled. Personally, I've done proctored exams. I think that is great. Let's see how it works. Yep. So the technology is already there. They can use OnView. I don't know if they've done beta testing. I don't know if anyone from the nursing, student community has done this as a remote exam. I would be looking forward to it. I would love to see the data on it. I think it's something that should be made available to us, especially educators who have to prepare nursing students for this. Like, the knowledge that I know and I can share with you, I think it'll be great. But I also want to see NCBSN's data on remote proctoring too, and what they found. So it's a great opportunity, I think, for discussion, but that's why I said what I said, and that's why I'm standing on what I said. But it's a prediction, so Thursday we will see. Anyways, guys, I will be back on here at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to go over our book. We're still reading it. We still love it. We're still reading it. Quick Facts for NCLEX, okay? Also, Quick Facts for Nursing School, too. So bring it. Come to our study session. We're doing cancer today. So let's have fun with it, and let's make sure at the end of it, you remember, you can, you will, and you must pass NCLEX. Bye-bye.